Let's talk about my honest opinion of the first generation Toyota Sequoia. I purchased this Sequoia a few months ago and I've really gotten to know it well by driving it daily. Now I've owned a few older Toyotas, the first generation Tundra and the fourth generation 4Runner, but this was actually my first Sequoia. Now starting off in the front here, you will notice that it really does look like the first generation Tundra. It's got the same headlight style, they're actually compatible with each other. It's the same OEM part. I do have the upgraded TRD Pro Grille. This comes from my website, TRD Customs, so check that out if you want one. I also have this bull bar on the front that came with the vehicle when I bought it. So right now I have some 265, 75, R16 tires on this vehicle. Again, these did come with it when I bought it. In the future, I hope to upgrade to some a little bit larger tires. But right now, these all-terrains kind of give it a little bit of off-road look without compromising on gas mileage. Under the hood, we have the famous 4.7 liter V8. Now this is definitely one of the most reliable engines of all time. This car itself has 187,000 miles on it and it still definitely has a lot of life left. Now the first generation Sequoia itself comes in the years 2001 to 2007 and those years are pretty much the same. And 2001 to 2004 is slightly different, and then the 2005 to 2007 has a few small changes. But other than that, the body style is the same and they pretty much all look and perform the same. Now enough with the specs, let's get into what I really think about this car. And overall, pretty good. Now I do own a 4Runner the same year, the 2006, and I actually like that 4Runner a little bit better. That's not a knock on the Sequoia, that's just really about how much I like the 4Runner. But let's talk specifics about what I like and what I don't like with this vehicle. Now the first thing I want to talk about for this vehicle is the size. This vehicle is pretty much huge. Now it's 17 feet long, it's about 5,200 pounds, which is really long and heavy, but it has a lot of space inside. So if you need space for hauling stuff, maybe for camping or overlanding, there's plenty of space. I'm 6'7" and I can lay down and sleep in the back. I took out all the seats and put a mattress in there just for fun. And like I said, it's huge. It's got plenty of space for whatever you need, but just keep in mind it is a larger vehicle and so it's going to drink gas. It's got about 12 to 16 miles per gallon. That is before you put on the bigger tires. Bigger tires will put you on the lower side of that, around the 10 to 12 mark. But yeah, it drinks gas. It is that 4.7 V8, so you know, it's going to drink gas at the expense of the power and the reliability. Now it has 3 rows of seats, but me personally, I would never use the 3rd row, so I did take them out. So they go right here, and look at how much space I have back here. This still has the 2 rows plus the trunk area, and I mean, I'm pretty much sitting up in it. You can carry whatever you want. I've carried tons of boxes of stuff back here, and that part about the vehicle is great, lots of room. Now let's talk reliability and mechanical aspects of this car. Now that 4.7 liter under the hood is by far one of the greatest engines on the road, and this car is rated for that. It is rated one of the most reliable vehicles on the road, which is super encouraging. Also, the parts aren't too expensive. I mean, it's a 2006, so you can't really expect the parts to be expensive. As far as repairs, there's pretty good information out there about the repairs. I had to do a few repairs on the interior, and I was able to find forums or YouTube videos. Now, if you get more technical, more electronic side of things, there's a lot more limited side of information. I was trying to pair a key fob to the car, and it turns out that I had a aftermarket security system, and there was completely no information on that, or the home entertainment system, the little drop-down movie player, no information on that for fixing it. So that part was tough, but the mechanical side, you know, the engine parts, the timing belt, all that, you'll find plenty of information for. Now let's talk about the upgradability of the vehicle. Now there is already a pretty decent ground clearance on this vehicle, 10.6 inches to be exact. It's got shocks and springs up front, and it's got an airbag system in the back. Now that airbag system is a little bit prone to breaking, but you can get a shock replacement in the back. Also, like I said, talking about the ground clearance, you can fit some decently sized tires without a level or a lift. Now as far as other customization options go, we do sell the TRD Pro grills on my website. That's a big way to refresh the front end. But even the small stuff, you know, lighting, headlights, brush guard, interior modifications, those are pretty easy to figure out and they're pretty affordable. So pretty great customization options as with all older Toyota vehicles. So now I'm going to go over some thoughts about the car while driving, and then we'll give you a complete review of the vehicle. Just a couple quick thoughts while we're leaving. This thing does have some power. It is a V8, but it's not going to exactly burn anybody out of the water with its super speed. It's got some decent towing ability, and also it just rides fairly smooth for such a large SUV. Let me give it a pull for you guys. So overall, this vehicle is pretty much one of the best budget full-size SUVs on the market. And if you're okay with everything that comes with the full-size SUV, then yes, this car is for you. For me, I was a little bit personally more inclined towards the 4Runner, just because I don't have a need for a giant full-size SUV. But again, great reputation, great customization options, and overall a very reliable, spacious, and powerful car.